Welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry about the really long wait. I've just been really busy for ages. Um, but I hope you really enjoy this video and I hope it really helps you to choreograph, because I think it's really important when you're a dancer to also make your own dances and show yourself through dance. So hopefully this will help you do that. These are just 5 simple tips on how to help you. Please do put in the comments if you have any other questions and I'll try and help. Obviously, I'm not a professional dancer, so don't expect too much, but I do choreograph a few dances, for example, like in my other videos. But yeah, enjoy. So, in my opinion, the most important thing you can think about when choreographing is that your dance should always have a meaning. This could be if you have lyrics in the music you're listening to, you're dancing to. You could interpret them into a dance, like either their emotion, or if the song is literally has a story to it, you could just follow that story in your dance. Or you could just take inspiration from a written story, or a fairy tale like Cinderella or something. Or you can literally just have a goal for your dance or an aim. So, for example, the dance I did to the song by Luna Bay, Smoke and Mirrors, I choreographed that into being about generally just reaching a goal and the desperation to get there. So you can have a goal or an emotion to the dance as well, and and have it as simple as that as your meaning. For example, you could do a dance centered around anger, or a dance centered around trying to achieve your dreams. Your story doesn't have to be a full-blown written story with a middle, an end, and a beginning, and a plot. It just has to have some meaning to it, some emotion to it. And I think that's really important when choreographing a dance. And sometimes you start with the music and you don't know where your dance is going, but you listen to the music and you just dance to it, do some freestyle, and sometimes the meaning comes to you, and sometimes you don't even know it. But you should be able to feel something while you're dancing and kind of know where you're going with it, even if you're not entirely sure what your meaning is. It is there for you. You just can't word it, and that's fine. You can do that, because if you really like a song and you want to do a dance to that song because that song means something to you, well, that's already a meaning, isn't it? So yeah. So if you're not very musical and you don't fully know what the beat is, you don't need to know anything about 3/4 or 4/4 or anything like that. Simply just listen to the music, and probably your body will know what beat means without your mind knowing it. Because often songs have an obvious way to move, and you will move that way automatically. But if you are struggling with this, choose a song with a really obvious beat, as a lot of songs have obvious moments which you know when to step on, because it has a drum beat or something there for you to go by. For example, in Smoke and Mirrors, the song that I did the dance to recently, that had a section where it was so obvious that you should be moving quite fast near to the end of the piece, and as my meaning was about desperation, as well as helping me come up with that meaning, because it felt like that to me, because I knew I had to move fast. It helped me create what moves, because sometimes if it's a slow piece, you have to think more about each move you're doing, because you can fit it into a longer piece of time. But if it's quick, sometimes you don't really have time to fully figure out moves, so you can just kind of go with it and move. So definitely I would think follow the beat, and it will really help you to think what moves to do. Now, this is something I swear by, is that not to underestimate the power of just walking, because a lot of people, when they first start choreographing, especially if they're good dancers, just try and put as many tricks in as they can, especially if you're good at acro and stuff and you could do cartwheels and things like that. You just want to put them in because you want to show off. Obviously, you know, you can do a cartwheel, that's great. But to probably create a dance that creates emotion in the audience, which is really what you're trying to do, or create emotion in yourself as well. That's a really important thing. And sometimes just moving forwards or backwards or to the side with a simple step or a run is really impactful, because it can really show your meaning through the dynamics of it. And if you don't know what dynamics mean, basically the speed and style of your movement. So if you step slowly and kind of smoothly and gracefully, this could be like sad or like emotional kind of feeling to your dance. But if, for example, in my smoke and mirrors dance, near the end, I'm literally just rushing around the stage randomly. That shows desperation, and I run quite fast. But near the start, I move slower, and it just creates some difference, and you can follow the story a bit better, and it's just really impactful. So yeah, don't be afraid to, if you don't know too many moves, or even if you do know quite a lot of moves, rather than doing a handspring or a axel turn, just step forwards or backwards or to the side in the dynamics that fit your meaning, and it's really impactful. And yeah. So basically, before you start choreographing, first listen to the music a few times that you've chosen, and then just let your body do what it wants to do. Just free dance, and just like, if there's moments where you are not quite sure what to do, even like halfway after, like you've choreographed half the dance and you just get stumped, just go back to just dancing with it. And even if you put a move into like near the start, you may be able to adapt it to put it near the end. So just let yourself go and just like dance to this music, and like don't worry about looking stupid and like making up moves. I make up moves all the time. Like, you might fall over, I do that a lot as well. Don't worry about it at all. Literally just dance, and I guarantee it will help you choreograph, because it, as well as helping you get that meaning, because you can see what you feel and what you automatically do, and it will help you to listen to the lyrics if that's where you're getting your story from. But it will just really help you get a route. And even if you completely you don't use any of those moves that you've just danced in this free dance period, it really just helps you know the feeling of the dance you want. And I think that's really important. So just make sure you do a dance before to this music, or a few, and just randomly dance. Don't think about it, and it will definitely help you choreograph. This final tip speaks for itself. Just make sure you remember, film it or write it down, just because I've choreographed so many dances, and with my rubbish memory, I just forget them completely. And it's really a shame, because some of them are good and I'd like to develop them, but I've completely forgotten them. So yeah, just make sure you have a record of each bit of your dance. You can do it in small bits or a massive bit, but especially if you do it in small chunks, make sure you, after each chunk, record it in some way so that you don't forget it. I hope these tips were helpful. I'm happy choreographing.